Hey everyone, welcome back to All Things Pause.
Hi.
Happy Monday. Hope you're having a good start to the week.
Yep.
And we are. It was cooler. Now it's hot again, I feel like.
I know.
I feel like it's hot again.
Well, yesterday morning I woke up and my husband will usually lay in bed a little longer than me on set. We're kind of the reverse on the weekends. I get up early and clean around the house. And I got up and I went outside on the back patio and I was like, ooh, it's so nice. I'll get my tea and I'll sit out here. And so I waited about 30 minutes because I put laundry in and I made him coffee and went over to him and I'm like, wake up. He's like, what? I'm like, let's sit outside and have your coffee. It's cool outside. So he got up, right up, and took his coffee, and I stepped outside and went, oh, never mind.
By the time
that 30 minutes later, that little teeny bit
Yep.
of cool breeze turned into heat and humidity.
Yeah.
So it was gone.
It's gone. I know we were just talking about walking, and I've been walking outside, and it's been so nice in the evenings. And then yesterday, I tried to walk yesterday it was like 6:30, but I came back in like 20 minutes, and I was like, no.
It's too hot.
Yeah, I was like drenched in sweat. It was hot again, so.
I know.
I think we had fall, and now it's done.
I know.
Now it's over.
Just bring on the winter.
Come on.
Bring
That's
on
what
the
I said
winter.
this morning. As soon as I got in the car this morning, I'm like, I want winter. I
want winter. Winter, like 50s, 40s.
Like Florida winter.
Yeah.
I just want to wear, like, you've got long sleeves, but I would be dying of heat stroke.
Cute little t-shirt, just a
very
t-shirt.
cute. But yeah, I'd be dying. But I want to. I want to wear sweaters. I want to wear sweatshirts.
We keep our house cooler.
Oh, we do too.
We pay for it literally, but
do too.
I like to be in sweatpants and a sweatshirt and a pair of socks and just
Cozy blanket.
Like yesterday, I just felt like doing nothing yesterday. Literally, we just watched football all day, and I showered, threw on another sweatsuit, and we just sat there and. I said to Rich, I wish it was raining out so I could justify just sitting here doing nothing, doing laundry, cleaning out the refrigerator kind of thing. But
it's raining, we can't do anything. Yeah.
I tell you what, though, there is something to be said about Sunday doing nothing.
Yes, it's a day of
really
rest.
is.
Right.
I didn't go to my computer. I didn't even step foot in my office. We watch a lot of college football, NFL football, and I cook dinner, and I just cleaned out the refrigerator. I just wanted to do nothing.
That was
and then Rich said to me at like 3, he goes, well, do you want to do something today? I said, I really don't.
By this time, no.
By this time of the day, I really don't. But I like my Sundays to literally do nothing.
I feel like you need, whether it's Sunday or it's another day, depends on your schedule.
Right.
I feel like you need that. Yeah.
Right.
You need a day mentally, too. Like a day where I tell myself I don't have to do anything. You know?
Right. And my college son was home for the weekend, came home on Wednesday, and when he and his girlfriend left, he said, I'll give you $40 cash if you don't cry. And I really didn't feel the need to cry. I was kind of okay with him leaving because he's a little bit high maintenance. Like, what's for dinner and what are we doing? I just, whatever. And so when he left, the only reason I got teary-eyed was because he gave my other son a hug. And my son, who's 22 and on the autism spectrum, is going through a really, really tough time. And they don't have really a relationship. But he knows he's going through a tough time. So when he gave him a hug, because I told him to give him a hug, that brought tears. Otherwise, I would have been like, drive safe. Adios. And then he called me this morning. This is a really funny story. So he's a sophomore, got an apartment. And it's kind of an all-inclusive apartment, those new things they do. And I told him, I said, you have to pay utilities. He's like, no, it's included. I said, they'll give you an allotment. If you go over that allotment, then you have to divide it up amongst your roommates.
Yeah, I think Morgan has
No,
that
because, they know best.
Of course.
So he calls me this morning, and I answered. I'm like, miss me already? He goes, did you know that we have to pay the electric bill? And I said,
who knew?
Did. I told you. He goes, no, you didn't. I said, I did. I said, well, how much is it? He said, it's $73. And I said, okay, for all four of you? Or he said, no, I think that's just my portion. I'm like, wow, well, that's a pretty hefty bill.
Yeah,
and he's like, well, what do I do? I said, we got to pay it. Got to pay it. He's like, well, do I put it on the credit card? I'm like, okay, fine, put it on the credit card, but you guys have to be cognizant of that.
Yeah.
I said, did they know that? He said, no. I said, I told you and one of his roommates who was here over the summer. I said, you guys, you have to pay power.
Right.
And so I said, well, first find out, because they haven't paid, they moved in August. So this is their first book.
Oh,
so it could be a couple of months,
true,
which is
it
fine.
It probably is, yeah.
But he's like, well, Mom, those guys, they'll wash one shirt for work. And I said, well, then they're going to pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, wake up.
Yep.
Welcome to the real world.
The lessons they learn.
Yes. But anyway, weekend was fine. I was happy for him to go. He'll be back for Thanksgiving. It's fine. Aww. And we've got a lot going on between now and then anyway.
Oh, yeah. Busy time of year.
Busy time of year.
It's a very busy time of year.
I'm ready. Oh, and she sends me a text message last night that says we have 9 more Fridays before Christmas.
9 Fridays.
I love Christmas. I'm ready to put up my trees. Mm-hmm. But I don't want it to go Christmas that fast.
Yeah, I know.
Does anyone else get really sad after Christmas?
Oh my gosh, the blues.
I get really sad.
Yes. I mean, I am lucky. I love January because I love the idea of a fresh year, a fresh start, and then my birthday. It's your birthday, January. Right? Yeah, so that's why I love January. But most people don't love January. Yeah, that's mostly you get the blue. Yeah, you do. I get really sad. A letdown after the holidays.
Although by the time I put my every year everyone gets earlier and earlier with their decorations.
They do.
And my brother's visiting for a conference, and he's like, "Oh, I like all your fall decorations." And I said, "Well, I didn't do much because Christmas is going up. My fall decorations are really quick."
That's me.
And but by the time that Christmas comes, I'm very sad. Mm-hmm. But I'm ready to take my decor down and make it all simple again.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's because both you and I both love decorating and and all that. So we like to move on to the next.
Right.
What's next for decorating. But
I did go Saturday to Hobby Lobby to look for a few more Halloween or fall decorations, and they really didn't have
They don't do Halloween.
They don't do Halloween.
They won't do Halloween. Yeah.
I figured that out.
Yep.
And Rich called me while I was there, and I said, "Oh, there's so much Christmas, so much. I'm not doing Christmas. I'm not doing Christmas. I'm not doing it."
Don't look at it.
I came home with like 5 bags of Christmas stuff.
Because it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so
good. So
I know. I do. I try to, every time I go out now, I'm like, okay, I can't look. But then I started, the past few days, I started looking just a little. And then I saw something popped up on one of my memories, I don't know, Facebook, Snapchat, something. And it was, or I was looking through pictures or something, and it said November 1st, 2024. So it was last year. Mm-hmm. And I took a picture of my XM in the car, and I was listening to Christmas music.
Oh, November absolutely. 1st. So, the Christmas station.
I think it's going to happen.
My birthday is the week before Thanksgiving. So I will typically start decorating the week before my birthday or the week of my birthday, so then I can enjoy it for my birthday, and then it's already done for Thanksgiving.
That's good.
Right, and then the only thing I have decorated for Thanksgiving is our Thanksgiving table.
That's exactly what
everything else is put away, and it's Christmas.
That's exactly, because we host for Thanksgiving with our family usually, so yeah. Everything else is Christmas, but then that one, my dining room is Thanksgiving.
There's these new, I'll show them next week. There's these, they're paper Christmas trees. Now, last year, I bought them from West Elm, and they were very expensive. So they're flat, and then you fan them open and attach them. I loved them.
Yeah.
But they were expensive.
I got mine at Target, I think.
Okay, well, they have them at Hobby Lobby. They come in a package of 3, and they're 50% off. And they have like a small one, a medium one, and a large one.
I have to go.
And they're really, really nice. So
I think I don't know if I got a tree. I think I got snowmen or something from Target last year.
Yeah. So
cute.
Anyway, so here we are.
We'll do more Christmas talk later.
We'll do more Christmas talk later, yeah.
For sure.
So we left off last time talking about
like beware scams.
Beware scams.
And
yes. And
everybody's promoting.
I know, everybody's promoting. And I'm sorry if I offended anyone. But another thing that we were talking about this morning was my husband was watching the Today Show and said that they talked about having more calcium.
Yeah, that's something we haven't talked about.
That's something we have not talked about. Mm-hmm. But that makes sense. But again, it's a natural supplement that is tried and true. So, and remember also, if you're looking at a bottle or a box or something, if it has so many ingredients, it's probably not good for you.
Yeah.
I just don't believe, and I'll leave it at that. I'm passionate about it, that all these supplements that are all of a sudden reappearing everywhere so quickly are tried and true and tested.
Exactly, yeah.
We have to be really careful what we put in our bodies.
And that's, and also, and I think I said this last time too, is Get your blood work done. Talk to your doctor. See what you're deficient
Right.
in. Maybe you don't need any additional calcium right now. You know, I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
Like we talked about the vitamin D and stuff. Just
Right.
it's
And
best
and
to
look
just-
at the calcium bottle. Make sure it is 100%
Right.
calcium
That's
because
true
a lot
too.
of times they're full
That is true too.
of fillers and
Fillers.
things like that. So
Yeah.
but anyway, so today we were talking about menopause in the workplace.
Working, yeah. If you're still working, and yeah, because a lot of us, I feel like I should have seen what the percentage is, but I feel like a lot of us deal with male bosses. You know, how does that work? If you're dealing with someone who
Doesn't understand.
for example, like in our profession, when we were teachers, that could have happened a lot. You know,
I'm sure.
male principals. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it does because so many women are teachers and they're in midlife. I mean, again, we talked about midlife could be in your 30s.
Exactly.
You know, it depends, but I think that it's important that everybody learn about it. And I'm still stuck on the perimenopause and menopause because I really believe, and I want to start a movement on perimenopause is the menopause.
Yeah.
I realize that the day of your last, the last day of your last period, whatever, now you're in menopause, but you're really been through it all already, right? You've had the hot flashes and the mood swings and the estrogen and all the crazy, you're on hormone therapy. And I know you can do that after, but I feel like perimenopause means before menopause starts, but it's all part of menopause.
Yes, exactly.
So I have this like brain blocks. I'm sorry, but I think that it's important for everybody to know about it, especially men, because if you're married, you need to understand.
It's so important, right?
It's so important, right? But I think that it's how people open up and talk about it at work.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because you can have a bad day just because you're having a bad day, or you know, whatever. But the hot flashes and all the hormonal things that happen, it's important to make them aware.
Right.
You know, there are some people and there are some men, I'm sure, that think it's just an excuse.
Yeah.
Right? Because they don't understand.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. Yeah, they don't understand. And like, what about the brain fog, which is huge?
Oof.
So how do you deal with that at work when you're like, I know there were days when, recently I've been working at a boutique, and luckily I'm very blessed there though, because my boss is a female who is my age and going through, similar things as well. So she was very understanding, but there were days that I'd be there where I would just be like checked out, you're just like, I don't remember how to sign in, I mean,
or you imagine being doing a presentation in a group of people.
Oh my gosh.
Or in a conversation with someone.
That's
I mean,
a good
this
one.
happens to me at least once a
one.
day, talking to you or anybody of, wait, what was I going to say?
What was I saying?
Wait, what was I thinking?
Yeah.
And so imagine.
That's true.
So maybe before you're doing a presentation, if you do feel off or you feel like, the brain fog
Having
or
one of those days, right?
maybe let them know in advance.
That's true, yeah.
Or do some of those strategies, deep breathing, maybe do yoga that morning, maybe, find whatever that cup of tea is or that coffee or something that brings comfort to you that rests your mind. Because I think that's really important. Or the day before you having your presentation, make sure you do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Try and find a way
clear
to
your mind
clear your mind.
Yeah, right.
Because I can imagine that's hard.
Oh, that's tough.
It's hard for me just not doing a
presentation.
presentation.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah, daily.
Right. But that happened last week. We were doing this and I all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I have no idea where
I was going with that.
And to be honest with you, it's really sad. It's depressing.
It
because all of a sudden you just lose focus or you lose your thought. And when it first started happening to me, I felt so stupid.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What was I gonna say? I felt like I had early onset Alzheimer's.
Yeah. I know a lot of my friends, we've talked about that.
And I don't know that it comes back.
Right. Is there
the way
something
it used
wrong
to.
with me? Or right. Oh no, probably not. No.
Well, because I think that my long-term memory is great. We can all remember, like.
Oh, I remember words
ago,
from the 80s songs if they come on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
I know every word.
As you should.
Every word, that's
As
right.
you should.
And every dance move that goes along with it.
But you can just be in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah.
And just all of a sudden have no idea what you're... And to me, it's scary to think
It
that.
is. It's really a scary feeling.
And so how it started for me, the brain fog, was I would get ready to go to Publix, get ready to go to Walmart, whatever, and have a list in my head of, okay, I'm going to get this, this, and this.
Right.
And sometimes I'd write a list. I'm a list person.
I'm not, but yeah.
But I would literally, it actually really only happens when I walk into Publix. I walk in and all of a sudden I just draw blank.
Blank out, yep.
Just draw blank. And so now obviously I have a list and I know, but it, for the first second or two, I draw the blank and it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
The other thing that is really scary, and I know this happens to other people, is I'll be in a store. Let's call it Home Goods. And I'll be walking around, and you know how you go to a place and it's very familiar, right? You're there all the time.
Right.
I will lose that mindset, and all of a sudden it doesn't look like the same space to me, and I feel like I'm in a whole new place, and I don't know where I'm at.
That's scary.
It's like I walked into a Home Goods in West Virginia, right? And I don't know if that's happened to anybody, but that happens to me often.
That's scary. That is a scary feeling.
You know, because you go into Home Goods and you know that the clothes are going to be in the Marshall side and the shoes are right there.
This is my store.
So
I know
I'll walk in and go, none of this looks familiar to me.
That's weird.
And the last time that happened to me was a few weeks ago, and the entire time I walked around, I was so sad and depressed. Like I felt so, my husband called and he's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm just kind of walking around. And he's like, well, what's wrong? And I told him, and he's like, well, it's fine. You're fine. You know where you are. And I was like, you don't understand that feeling of just lost. Lost.
Things aren't right. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
You feel lost. So
that's me in the parking lot. What about finding your car?
Same thing. Oh well, if you're on the phone. If you're on the phone when you park.
That could be it too.
You come out, you have no idea where you park.
I never have. Yeah, I'm going to have to start taking pictures, literally, of where my car.
Well, I used to make fun of the older ladies that I would see
here
in Orlando with the Mickey ears on the antennas.
That's a good idea.
Well, we don't have antennas anymore. But now I wish I had an antenna and I had some Mickey ears.
Well, we need to do something. What can we do?
Well, I tell you what, when I got my car, I like having the rails on top.
Oh, yeah.
Just because I like the look of them, but that does help. That does help. And then
a mess with,
Oh, you asked what I did this weekend. See, I totally and completely forgot. Thursday night, Rich and I went to House of Blues to see Shaboozey.
Oh, that's right. I did know that you were going to do that.
Right, and he was great. He was great in concert. It was really fun. We got there a little too early, but it was fun.
Okay.
But we came out, and Rich is like, "Do you know where you parked?" I'm like,
"Oh,
I don't know. Please, somewhere over there." So we knew which door we came out of. We knew how we got to the parking lot, and then I just got my remote out and flipped the lights at night. But the rails do help me.
Yeah,
and Shaboozey was great. And look, I'm off on top.
That is so.
I just have no idea what I'm doing. But
I'm the worst in the park. And even when I'm with Sean, we'll like go somewhere, and he's driving and he's parking. I don't need to remember where the car is, but I do. I still walk out of a place, and I'm like, and he makes fun of me. He's like, "Where's the car?" And I'm like,
I don't know.
I have no clue. He'd be like, over here. I'll start walking this way, and he's like, over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's pretty bad,
but it is a scary feeling. I mean, I'll do that with, I've realized, like, names or like people's kids or things like that. Things that I don't always recall. But like it's like a total blank. There's like this little wall that comes up, and it is a scary feeling. And then it'll pop into my head eventually, and I'll be like, okay, I'm fine. But yeah, it's really scary.
But in the moment, it's pretty scary.
Right.
But for me, it's mostly at the grocery store. Maybe that's trying to tell me I shouldn't cook.
Oh, there you go. Then you don't.
Or it's another store maybe telling me not to shop. I don't know. But, which I haven't. I have not been to a Home Goods and a Marshalls in over 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I'm trying to cut back. Christmas is coming.
I know.
And older kids, they require expensive things.
That's true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've already gotten a few like wish list things from each of them. Yeah.
Get a wish list, and I'm like, what? Did you think I won the lottery?
I know.
They just think that it's just they're entitled.
We just wait for Christmas, and then we can get everything.
I know. Well, fortunately, my older son said he wants money. So I said, okay, this year I'm just going to do the money tree. I'm just going to get a little miniature tree.
My grandma used to do that for me.
And I'm going to decide what denomination. I'm going to take 1s, 5s, 10s, whatever, roll them up and attach them to the tree. And
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's it.
And then get them a stocking full of, I don't know, bottle of cologne, deodorant, underwear, whatever.
Fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every year I say I'm going to do something different for Christmas, where I'm going to say, okay, it's not going to be about the gifts. It's going to be about the memories and about the family time. Yeah, it never works like that.
Yeah, no.
Not unless we go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I think that, that's hard too.
It is.
I don't like to go anywhere for Christmas.
That's what I was just thinking. No, I don't think we'll ever. We always go to West Virginia, but that's been our tradition every year. So we'll just continue to do that as long as we can. But
right.
Once they're married and older, but
big kids are expensive Christmas gifts. So
definitely,
we'll see. I did start. This is kind of funny. The past couple years, the kids have sent me like their Amazon list, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So I said, I think that in the Amazon I have like save for later.
Oh, about
save for later. A lot of save for later.
Yeah.
I thought, because my birthday's November, Christmas is in December. I said, I think I'm gonna pull a Zach and a Jake, and I'm gonna send my Amazon list.
You should.
Because JJ has a job now, and he does great.
Totally
and I thought,
that.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do that.
Just do it.
I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, just do it.
Hey, I think it's time they take care of moms.
I was just gonna say, moms deserve,
right?
nice birthdays and Christmas presents. So
we'll see.
I agree.
See, like our brains are everywhere. So
anyway,
menopause,
back to workplace.
Yeah,
we don't. Yeah.
But I think also most people work with women, so women understand,
yeah.
and you might talk with your friends and see your coworkers and see,
exactly, coworker. Maybe you have somebody that
do a cheat sheet. So these are the things. These are
true.
Men like quick things, right? Mm-hmm. So what if you just did bullet points?
That's true. Yeah.
Of this is what it is, or just send a snippet of an article. I think that it's hard unless they really either have a wife that's going through it or been through it.
True.
There's so much more talk about it now that hopefully maybe some of the bigger companies, workplaces that are very good at, benefits like the Microsoft and the Google and the Amazon and all that, Facebook, maybe they have a day conference about it. Yeah. Maybe they're making people aware.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
Because I think it's important. I mean, every time you open up your phone now, there's something about menopause.
Yep. That's why I just showed her right before the podcast that I got a email even from LabCorp where I get my blood work done.
Right.
And it was scrolled through the whole thing about menopause. What is it? What's the difference between peri and menopause? What symptoms? What can you do? And that was from LabCorp. So
So I think that the movement is here.
Yeah.
Everybody's talking about it.
It's like a buzzword right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much about it on all talk shows, whether it be a talk show or I even saw it on just a regular show. They were talking about, and I can't remember what it was, but I want to say it was like a nighttime show where they mentioned it, and I was like, wow, they're mentioning, so it's great that people are talking about it.
It's not taboo like it was when we.
It's just really hard because it lasts so long.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And some people might, use it as an excuse, but it's really not an excuse. And I think it's important for the male figures in your life to really understand that. And in the workplace, it's hard. And if you're really feeling like you can't do it that day, use a sick day.
That's right. Paid time off.
Yeah, it's important to just take care of yourself first.
For sure. That's true. Yeah, for sure.
But if you're taking supplements, if you're taking some of those vitamins, make sure you do it consistently. Otherwise, it may change how you function.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true. Yeah.
For whatever reason, Friday, Friday, I forgot to take my morning pills, which has my estrogen and a few other things that I normally take every day. And I was like, oh gosh, I did realize on Saturday that I felt off.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's important. Even my vitamins, I'm taking B12 and vitamin D. That's pretty much it. But
that consistency.
But the consistency is really key in taking it. And the other thing about those, which I was reading something yesterday, which I've thought about before, but never really put too much into it, is making sure that you take the vitamins at a time of day that works best for them. So for example, if you're taking vitamin D, it's best to take it in the morning before you eat. So you take it on an empty stomach, whereas like magnesium, they say you should take an hour before bedtime. I do take magnesium at night.
Right.
That's really to help me go to the bathroom.
Oh,
no, it doesn't help me sleep.
Okay.
It helps me go to the bathroom, but not to take it right before you go to bed till like an hour before.
Okay.
So taking some of those, looking at when's the best time to take those supplements.
That's a good point. Mm-hmm. Very good point.
And then if you're going to try new supplements, I said this to someone the other day, is make sure you try one at a time.
Oh, yeah.
So you know if it's working.
So you know what's
working.
True.
But
don't add 5 new things the same day. Yeah.
And just making sure that it is, like the vitamin D is the 100% vitamin D.
Yeah.
Right? And the B12. Point. And I was taking B12 every single day for, I'm going to call it a year. And when I went to go get my lab work, it was like 7 times what it should be.
Whoops.
I was like, wow, I feel energized.
Well, it works.
So I just cut it down to every other day. But go get your blood work because
that's
kind of thing. So
I'm just a big proponent of that too. But oh my gosh, that's funny.
But anyway, well, thanks for listening to us.
Yes.
And
thanks for listening to us ramble.
Yeah. That's the great thing about a Monday podcast. We could just ramble on.
Ramble.
But maybe hopefully you can relate to something that we're saying or things that are happening in our lives. And we'll be back and we'll see you next week.
All right, have a good week.
Have a great week.